Alrighty then, back once again for another reaction. This time it's MLP, Season 8, Episode 19, Road to Friendship. And I am excited. I was hoping to be able to record this last night, immediately after I watched Episode 17 and 18, but my camera then had to be put on charge, and my brother so happened to go to bed at that point, and me being the kind soul that I am, I did not want to be too loud and wake him up. Like, that was it. I was done recording for the day, not by my own choice. You know, by the time the camera would have been fully charged, it would have been a little bit too late anyway, you know, for making noise and stuff, so I thought, fair enough. It was, like, between 1 and 2 in the morning, which for him, he had to be up for work this morning, so that was all well and good. But tonight is a different story. Tonight, he is pretty much pulling an all-nighter because he is watching a boxing match that won't be airing until 3 AM, so I'll be joining him for that, actually. So, I am safe to be recording a bunch of episodes tonight, starting with 19, which I wanted to end off with, because I know that this episode involves Trixie in some way. We even see her in the opening frame, which is pretty good. Well, she's not there, but her stage is. And what excites me is the title of this episode, Road to Friendship. So, since Trixie's wagon can travel, are we actually going to see what her travels are like? Like, could we be getting a flashback to some of the time she spent travelling, either before she met Twilight, or between then and getting the Alicorn amulet, or any time after that? We might even get to see her redemption tour that she said she was doing in Season 6, because, I mean, that was an interesting concept that didn't really get any more explanation or exploration beyond No Second Prancers. So, I'd been very interested to see something like that, or a brand new road trip, because Starlight is on stage right now. If a plot kicks off with Starlight and Trixie and they go on a road trip, I'm going to be so happy. Something that interests me is that Twilight is in the audience, and so is Cadence. I'm sure they'll give a brief throwaway comment to explain Cadence's presence, but it just seems a bit odd. But I suppose this is a really good showing of how repaired, well, I mean, they didn't start off on a good foot, but just bear with me, how repaired Twilight and Trixie's relationship is, that Twilight's coming along to see the show. It really did touch my heartstrings how Trixie showed her soft side to Twilight in No Second Prancers, which really made her second guess all the doubt she put on Trixie. You know, it's this sort of stuff that I find really cool. I mean, they still dig at each other, like Trixie teasing Twilight in the Season 6 finale, like, oh, look who's Starlight's favourite. But, you know, that's just banter, as Twilight would say. That's just banter. It's really cool to see Twilight in the audience, and as I said, the thing that's odd about this scene is Cadence being there. Like, you really came all the way from the Crystal Empire just to see one stage show? Is it really that boring still? Is it still predictable? Is it? I'm sure it's nothing like that, but who knows, maybe Twilight is here to watch her pupil rather than Trixie, because obviously Starlight is part of the stage act sometimes. That's probably it, but I'm curious as to what could send them on a road trip together, but I am looking forward to it. That is for damn sure. So without any further ado, I'm going to get into this.
I don't know, folks. She's been in there a long
Ham it up.
time.
Ham it up. Aww.
Do you suppose?
Oh, I see. Take Flurry to a magic show. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it.
What if the great and powerful Trixie can't escape? But if you're there, who's in here? Why, our volunteer,
Pinky?
of course.
Oh.
Crab apple surprise! You should ought to tell a pony before you go a-poofing them around the stage!
And you could have done with a couple more air holes as well.
Trixie. That was an amazing show.
Flurry-hearted, I loved it. I'm so glad we decided to come. You two have a real chemistry.
The terrifying
this is
escape
lovely.
does require a great and powerful assistant.
The way you two work together, it's like you've known each other as long as Twilight and I have.
It was pretty fun.
Rarity Dash
Of
has
course it
his
was.
namesake.
There's
I
nothing
have
better
these
than
two.
A bond with another pony. You can share all kinds of things.
Sunshine,
Sunshine, ladybugs awake. Clap your hooves and do a little shake.
I think we'll stick to the stage magic for now.
Thanks for
The great
giving
and
me a
powerful
sync
Trixie
point
doesn't
that's not just the intro that I cut out.
Oh no, it happened again. She's cool, she's hot, she's my friend. I tried for hours, it's so. You leave me nowhere to go. She's unstoppable, unpredictable. I'm so jaded, calculated, wrong. Please take me home. Too late, it's gone. I bet you're sad. This is the best time we ever had.
As much as I love my one pony
Look, I
show,
found more
it's always
baggage.
nice to come to Ponyville and perform with my great and powerful assistant. Cadence is right. We do work well together.
Doing a show with you is almost as much fun as counseling students at Twilight School.
Let's
I'm
not
supposed
go
to be
that
going
far,
right now. See you later.
honey.
Excuse me, Miss Powerful.
Usually
Ooh,
ponies
I
just
did
call me
notice your
Trix,
design, and you
but
look really
Miss
cool.
Powerful has a nice ring.
It does.
From here to Saddle Arabia, I have seen
Saddle
nothing that
Arabia!
compares with your wondrous show. Would you consider blessing my homeland with it?
I was just about
Whoa.
to set out on tour. But Saddle
That's
Arabia
great.
is much farther than my usual route. And my caravan might not be suited for an extended tour.
Mine is new and quite spacious. If it would help persuade you, I
Wealthy
would
Arabs.
trade it
Yep.
For yours.
Trade it? Heavens, no! This is more than just some great and powerful wagon you see before you. It is shelter. It is transportation. It is my only friend on the long and lonely nights on the road.
Very well. Then I must see as many of your performances as I can. If I cannot convince you to bring your tour to Saddle Arabia, I must be prepared to relate its magnificence to your many fans there.
Many fans, you say? Well,
This is interesting.
I suppose I could consider the trip.
Wonderful! I look forward to seeing you on the road. And if you change your mind about the caravans, my offer remains open.
It's just
It's
so
great
far
to get a
away.
Trixie-focused
Of course,
episode.
I love visiting new and exciting places. I am a traveling magician, after all.
You're amazing.
Sounds like your mind's made up.
Not quite. The road is a lonely place, and this trip even more
Come with
so.
me.
I was hoping I might convince my great and powerful assistant to come along.
Ditch this school, live on the road with me.
You're not just my assistant and my counselor. You're also my friend. And what's better than a road trip with friends?
Nothing. This will be the best magical road trip ever.
Bye, students. Fuck you all.
I should probably get some pony to cover my student counseling duties while we're gone.
Spike.
Trixie, are you all right?
One caravan
That
for
little,
two, all
that
set.
little peak. That was
Oh,
adorable.
You brought luggage. I mean, of course you brought luggage.
You bet I did. Everything two ponies need for the road trip of their lives. 3 1,000-piece puzzles, 1 copy of Dragon Pit, the best board game in the history of
Very
ponies,
true,
my
very
latest
true.
collection of campfire spices, and an inflatable raft. Did I forget something? I can pop back to the castle and grab it.
Oh no, it isn't that.
Yeah, it's kind of cramped.
Yeah, maybe we don't need
It
that.
is a magician's caravan. It has so
We
many
just
props
needed
in
a
it.
little great and powerful reorganization. Everything fits wagon is too small for us. I understand if you're having second thoughts.
Second thoughts? Are you kidding? This wagon isn't small, it's cozy.
Home, yeah, cozy,
and there's no
yeah.
such thing as too cozy.
Well, all right then.
I just
guess it's
pictured
time to
cozy
hit the
glow.
road. I'll start us off.
Okay, maybe there is such a thing as too cozy.
Let's just throw some of the dead weight out. Let's see what you're not using anymore, that kind of thing.
You wouldn't rather ride?
I'm sure.
And you're not backing out. The two of us sleeping in that cozy caravan could get tricky.
Trixie, there's plenty of
Ha,
high-quality
tricky
things
with
to stay out of
Trixie.
the way. Don't worry about it. I'm not backing out of the greatest and most powerful road trip bonding experience two ponies could ever have.
Well,
This
when you
is
put it
so
like
nice.
that, I'm actually kind of
I
excited.
can't stop smiling.
Thank goodness we're not like Twilight or the others. They'd probably sing a song about it.
Go, 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 go. I'm just gonna have a lot of fun.
We're off on the road to friendship. Our ride might be tiny and small.
It's walking though, eh, Trix?
I am walking. But road trips are a great way, we've been told, to get along.
I'm glad we're sticking to it. We've already got a song.
We're off on the road to friendship. Side by side, just like peas in a pod. Our bond of friendship is stronger than this tour's demands.
My offer to trade caravans still stands.
Wait, what did he say?
Nothing. We're so tight, we can't move around. I guess we're stuck together, cause we're friendship bound. Sure is great traveling with you, buddy.
You too, buddy.
Oh, wow, the fire swamp.
We're off
Looks even better with the
on road
updated
to
graphics.
friendship. Yes, we are. We've each got the other to blame.
This is so lovely. I can't deal with it.
But we get on so well that there's no way that could be us. We're off on the road to friendship. And there's nowhere that we'd rather be. Is that off key?
In summer, winter, spring, and fall, we're friends throughout the year.
For untold seasons yet to come, our friendship will be here.
For 9 at least.
I love how they're standing.
We can't move around. Like a race where you tie your hooks together and have to move in perfect synchronization to win. We're friendship bound.
Or like a buddy movie where the two protagonists can't get away from each other because they're wearing hoof cuffs.
We're friendship bound.
Let's just keep referencing. Oh, I already absolutely love and adore this episode.
I've learned the hard
Top
way
5 of the
that
season
life on
easily
the road
already.
requires very specific supplies, and we only have so many bits, so we'll have to spend them wisely.
Sorry about wasting bits on street food.
Oh,
Not as bad as
fine.
Pinkie Pie
Awful
in Lost
bonding,
Treasure of
right?
Griffinstone.
Besides, we still have enough for hay cakes and juice.
Why don't we go there?
Oh, no. I always buy my hay cakes here.
So we're just going to wait in line for hours, which is totally cool. Waiting in line bonding, right?
After our falafel purchase,
Oh, nice to
we
see
weren't
this
able to
place
get
again.
everything on my list, but we are definitely set for breakfast.
And I'm sure we'll find out that waiting in that super long line was worth it.
A few hiccups always happen. We'll be back on the road to friendship after a good night's sleep.
Roll credits.
Call.
I'm sure we'll find something.
Nope. Sorry.
Oh, full!
There's no room at the inn.
Ah, the Glow Pass Festival. Some nebula is no doubt filled to the brim. Luckily, travelers such as ourselves have our caravans.
You said there'd be plenty of places to stay. Don't even worry about it, you said. You might have thought to make a reservation.
I've been with you singing and standing in line. When would I have done that?
I don't
Uh,
know.
these
but I'm
faces.
starting to think you aren't as great and powerful an assistant as I thought.
So you just brought me along to do your legwork?
No, of course not. I'm sorry. I'm just
Aw.
frustrated. I was really looking forward to a relaxing night in a nice room.
Oh, me too. But since there's literally
I
no
love how
room
they're
to
so
guess, I
close
guess it's lucky we got the
and
wagon.
non-bullshitty that they
Sleeping
can
in tight quarters
quickly do
bonding.
something like that.
Yay!
I could just see that stretching out longer with any of the main 6, if that makes sense.
Is there something I can do to make things more comfortable for you?
You could get rid of this junk.
That's what I said. Get rid of the junk you don't want.
Before we throw away
Though
the
she
magical
probably wants
items
all
it's
of it.
taken me years to collect, we could try switching hammocks.
Fine.
Wow.
Starlight!
Okay, so we've learned something interesting about Starlight. She is a very heavy snorer.
Starlight!
What?
I'm sorry. Your snoring is a bit,
Loud? Yeah, I do that. I had my
Wow.
bears convinced we were being attacked by bears every night.
Not
But
amused.
we probably need a better solution here.
Ladies and gentle ponies, great and powerful
Seriously?
prepare to be made. Sleep.
Wow, they're already so bugged.
Is that the last of the hay cakes?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So instead of cabin fever, this is caravan fever.
More juice.
I guess we'll have to resupply.
What a glorious
Wow.
morning! I can't tell you how much I am looking forward to the first show of your tour.
As it stands right
I'll
now,
last for the whole time.
I do not know.
as it stands right now, is there
Been in
even
there
going to be a
long
show?
time. Do you suppose the terrifying trunk escape is too much for a pony who drinks all the juice and talks nonstop in her sleep? What if the great and powerful Trixie can't?
Sleep? Because her roommate snores like an Ursa Major?
Is this part of the act, you guys?
You're there. Who's in here?
There's not much room in here.
At least you don't have to sleep in it with another pony!
This show is much better in Ponyville.
You just ruined his cred with his
Would you
buds.
like the last carrot? I know how fond you are of eating the last of things.
Oh no, it might make me thirsty, and we don't have anything to drink, so...
The good news is, I'm so exhausted I could sleep through a stampede of wild boars, which you'll be delighted to know is only slightly louder than your snoring.
Well, I'm looking forward to rehearsing the act with you all night. So diligent of you to go over it and over it in your sleep.
Practice makes perfect.
Not today, it didn't.
Well, I'm sorry you're so miserable.
Really? Because if you wanted to make things more comfortable, you could always pare down a bit.
Well, since you're so concerned about space, you can have it all. I'll sleep under the stars where at least the wild animals will be quieter than you.
This is a lesson in savagery from all
I don't
sides.
mean to interrupt, but it seems there is trouble on the road to friendship.
Trouble in paradise.
You think?
The carrot did nothing to you. He did not deserve that.
My wagon!
I traded it to that pony from Saddle Arabia for his. He even threw in a pair of robes.
Well, that wasn't yours to trade. You fucked up.
You what?
I traded the old, worn-out wagon that was too small for us for this nice, new, spacious one that we can both enjoy.
It had sentimental value to her.
No, Pony, I just did it. Now we both have plenty of room.
Oh
and you
my
didn't even
gosh,
have to
I
give
feel so
anything
bad
away.
for Trixie.
Au contraire, I did give something away. I gave away my wagon and my best friend.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were better friends with that beat-up old wagon than you are with me.
Well, it's easy when the wagon is a better friend. It would have never traded you away.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, it is ridiculous. In fact, this whole tour is ridiculous. I don't even know why I invited you in the first place.
Oh, well, maybe I should just head home.
I think that's a very good idea. And you can take this horrible giant caravan with you.
Fine.
Good.
This is hard to watch. Not in the way of it being a bad episode or anything, but because I hate to see my best girls arguing like this, even though it's entertaining. It's so conflicting.
Goodness! Oh, Miss Powerful. But where is your assistant? I had hoped providing you with a more comfortable means of conveyance would allow you to once more dazzle the crowds with mystifying feats of magic.
That ass wiggle.
Normally, that sort of flattery would suffice. But today, we must discuss your dishonest and unfair procurement of my wagon.
I desired your wagon and provided one of equal or better value in return. It seems like a perfectly honest and fair trade to me.
Unfortunately, it is more nuanced than that.
Nuance.
Sure it is, but I am eager to set out, if you'll excuse me.
Pew!
I am willing to wait as long as you are.
We'll just see about that.
Trixie can be pretty stubborn, my dude.
You know, even if I was willing to reverse the trade, you don't have my caravan to offer in return.
Details!
Details! Trixie, you are the best. There's something I just absolutely love about the way her character is. It makes her my favorite pony of the show.
How long was threatening when there were two of us?
It's because you're not distracting yourself with a happy song. You need to distract yourself.
Hey, it's one of those traveling ponies.
Your song really inspired us. We decided we need to head off on the road to friendship, too.
It sure beats the road to deliveries.
Yeah, sometimes traveling together is hard.
You reminded us you can also make it fun. Thanks again.
Steaming hot beverage?
Thank you, no.
Thank you, no.
What are you two doing?
Taking a stand by lying down. Not that you care, wagon trader aware.
I'm afraid I'm still not interested, despite your assistant's convenient appearance.
Convenient.
Trixie, I came back to apologize. I should never have traded away the wagon.
Yeah.
It wasn't mine to trade. It
Yeah.
belongs to my friend.
If you truly were friends, I suppose I'd be honor bound to reverse the trade.
Okay, fine. We're friends. Best friends who share a deep bond, but
Was
we're
this a
prepared to
long
devote
con,
each
my
other to
dude?
traveling. Happy?
I'm still unconvinced. Perhaps you could prove your friendship.
How?
Oh, we could do our friendship chant.
All right. Our world famous chant of friendship that we do all the time because we're such great friends.
Uh-huh.
Magic, magic, puff of smoke. One way.
I love how they're so naturally standing on their hind legs. It makes Sunset's instance of it not look as strong.
That was the worst friendship chant I have ever heard. And you two were clearly making it up as you went. but only true friends would be willing to act so ridiculous to one another.
So you'll get
Exactly.
the wagon?
Though I'd suggest heading back to Ponyville. I'm not sure Saddle Arabia is ready for this.
That's fair. I'm sorry your Saddle Arabian tour
I
was
really
ruined.
think that
Honestly,
dude
I don't think I could
intentionally
have
helped
stood one more
them by
second on the
doing
road.
that.
At a certain point, I don't even like traveling with myself.
I know, he gave me a vibe
It
that
is
that
a
was his
lot
plan
harder
all
than I
along.
thought. Still, I'm glad we tried. Mostly so we know not to do it again.
I think it's made our friendship greater and more powerful than ever.
You know, there's actually plenty of room in here for one pony nap. Is the show over?
Yes. The episode 2, as a matter of fact. Okay, yeah. Despite Starlight's very silly but understandable, given the emotional stress of being in the moment, mistake, that was one of the most enjoyable episodes of the season. Very, very much so. I am, of course, completely 100% unabashedly biased, because these are my two favourite ponies. So an episode that pretty much focuses entirely on them is going to get my undying love and support without any questions asked whatsoever. This is like literally the most biased reaction you could ever get out of me, save for any other episodes involving the two of them. You know, just like how Rarity Dash considered Rarity Investigates his favourite episode of the show simply because of who was starring in it and what they did with the concept. You know, I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to go that far. I don't place all of an episode's value on the characters that are in it. I view it as a whole. That's why Heartwarming Tale, for the things I like to see, is my favourite episode of the show. But this is what you'd call one of those types of episodes. Because of the focus on those characters and that really fantastically catchy road trip song and all of the fantastic character interactions between them, the great meme faces, the sarcastic banter, their charming relationship in general that feels so different to every other character's relationship on the show, it all adds up to something really wonderful inside of me. And my episode ratings are always based on how an episode makes me feel inside. Like, my musical loving ass is pure magical wonder for all the variety and depth of song in Heartwarming Tale. This kind of episode rises my spirits in the sense of, as they were singing in the song, this buddy adventure between these two personalities have such an interesting relationship. And with the shipping goggles it gets even better, because there was even some marriage counsel-y or, you know, marriage argument-y moments in here, just like with the Rare Dash episode this season. It just adds up to things I love, and this is definitely, probably, likely going to get an incredible rating from me, the coveted 6 stars. I know Season 7 got quite a few of them, so I am being a little more liberal with them than I was in Season 6 days, where I gave it to the finale and Heartwarming Tale, but yeah, on personal bias alone, because that's what my ratings are, they're not objective, like, reviewers, they're reflections of how I feel about the episodes. This is on the list. This is on the incredible list. Yeah, this is one of those episodes that, if I could label the list with flavor text, would be episodes I could have on loop. Just watching that episode on loop. That joins that elite list. I would not get bored of this. This was very amusing, very entertaining, very charming, very fun. Oh, this is one of those episodes I could sit and repeat good words about for like 3 hours. Like, you know, just sat here going, oh, this was so good, this was brilliant, I love it. But I've done enough of that. I'm gonna try and focus on something else. Like, that dude, that Saddle Arabian pony, if his name was mentioned, it completely went over my head. Like, with the whole trade thing and how he was always keeping himself available, I thought, well, that's fair enough. If, you know, you're interested, then you're interested. But From the moment he overheard them arguing, I'm sure that it was on his mind to play a long con to help get them back together, because Starlight didn't even know about the deal, which is why Trixie got suspicious when the deal did happen, because obviously she asked Starlight, who told you to... Oh, no one did. he literally offered the trade and Starlight accepted it. And I think because he knew they were arguing, he did that intentionally, because he knew that, you know, things would work out the way that they did. Like, I find it hard to put it into words, but I'm sure you completely understand the angle that I'm talking about. That this is what he intended for. He gives me that vibe, especially with how much of a chill dude he was throughout the whole thing. Like, he didn't act annoyed at all that Trixie was blocking his path after he got the trade that he wanted. It's like he expected, you know, this will work itself out, and he was just waiting for it to do so. You know, when he, like, in a meta sort of way, he pointed out the convenience of the friend returning. I took that as more of a, okay, so it's going well, keep up the charade. You know? I really, genuinely, headcanon-wise think that's what he was doing. That's the clear impression that I got. Like, fair play to him. Like, he acted as the middleman to sort of get them to arc back around, I guess. I don't know. I'll have to rewatch this episode a few times, like I wasn't going to anyway. I mean, come on, I love this episode so much. But that's what I think on my first watch through. Yeah. Rarity Dash has his Rarity Dash episode this season, and I have my Starlight Trixie episode. I am 100% satisfied, and I think I'm going to take a little rest before I watch episode 20, because I think I need to calm down. This episode filled me up to the brim and left me super satisfied, and I really wish that I did end on this last night. It would have been a perfect way to top things off after I got a little annoyed at Twilight during Yakety sex. This would have been the perfect pick-me-up, and I'd have probably liked the episode even more, just for the sheer delight of it. But it is what it is. I've seen it now. You know, first episode of the night, and what an episode to start off on. This might even be better. I'm on a high going into the next few episodes. Loving it. I shall see you guys next time.